Hello and welcome to Ask 9. Thank you for joining us here in the streaming studio. My name is Becky Phelps. Today we are going to talk about what's called the Iowa Award. So this is a pretty unique award. It was given out today by Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds to former Governor Terry Branstad, also the U.S. Ambassador to China. It's a very unique award. It's the state's highest citizen award. You don't see this being given out very often, so we're going to just take some time today to talk about what it is and the history behind it. So this came about after Iowa's centennial celebration in 1946. The state got the idea to create something called the Iowa Award and make it the state's highest award a citizen could receive. The plan was about every 5 years or so, pick someone to receive this award, honoring a significant Iowan. It recognizes, quote, outstanding service of Iowans in the fields of science, medicine, law, religion, social welfare, education, agricultural, industry, government, or other public service. The very first Iowa Award was given to President Herbert Hoover of West Branch. That was in 1951. And actually, we have a photo of that very first Iowa Award. It is currently displayed at Hoover Park. So after receiving the award, President Hoover immediately decided to give the award to the Hoover Birthplace Society to put it on display out there in Hoover Park. He said, quote, that way people can see that the fellow who was born there came to a good end. Going on to say, quote, there is no point in having a memorial telling how a fellow started out without knowing how he finished. So that is the very first Iowa Award that went to former President Herbert Hoover. 4 years later, in 1955, the award went out to J.N. Darling, who was a political cartoonist for the Des Moines Register. Many other recipients range a wide spectrum of areas. Meredith Willson, composer, most well known for The Music Man, the musical, received this award. Artist Grant Wood got the Iowa Award. First Lady Mamie Eisenhower got this award. So it's gone to a wide variety of folks over the years. Now, today, Governor Kim Reynolds presented this year's Iowa Award to Terry Branstad. Branstad is the nation's longest-serving governor. He had 22 years in office across 2 non-consecutive terms. Those terms ran from 1983 to 1999 and then to 2011 to 2017. Current Governor Reynolds did serve as Branstad's lieutenant governor for a time. So today at the ceremony presenting Branstad with the Iowa Award, Governor Reynolds spoke introducing Branstad and got emotional at times talking about what his service meant to her. We'll take a listen to that.
Working tirelessly on behalf of Iowans and the state he loves. In 2017, that heart to serve, that humility we all know so well, led him to accept a new calling when President Donald J. Trump appointed him U.S. Ambassador to China. His long-standing relationship with President Xi Jinping, which started during his tenure, during his time as governor, uniquely qualified him for this role. And he delivered for the United States just like he delivered for Iowa, securing vital American interests, including the designation of fentanyl as a controlled substance in China, at a pivotal turning point in our nation's relationship. So Terry, before I present you your award, I want to take a moment to personally thank you for your unselfish devotion to this state we both love. Serving alongside you as your lieutenant governor for nearly 2 terms was such a blessing and an amazing honor. I got to see firsthand how hard you worked every day on behalf of Iowans. I watched and I learned as you led with courage. You made tough decisions with grace, always doing the right thing because it was the right thing, and always, always putting Iowans first. You inspired me, you challenged me, and you believed in me. all of which prepared me for the job ahead.
That was Governor Reynolds speaking right ahead of awarding Branstad with the Iowa Award. There were several other tributes played at that ceremony today, and Senator Grassley spoke on the Senate floor earlier to talk about the history of the award and talk about former Governor Branstad's service. We'll take a listen to that.
Former Governor Branstad's being honored today. Before I read that tribute about his honoring today, I thought I'd give a little bit of background about what I know about former Governor Branstad. I first met State Representative Terry Branstad January 1973 when he was a new member of the legislature. He would tell you that I actually spoke to a group of Republicans that he was in at the University of Iowa in 1966. I'll take his word for that. He served 6 years in the state legislature. Then we used to elect our lieutenant governor separate from the governor, and he served 4 years as lieutenant governor. Then he was elected governor of Iowa in 1982, served 16 years until 1998. Then he decided to have a private life and a business life. And during those 12 years that he was not governor, we had 12 years of Democratic governors. They left a big fiscal hole. There was a real feeling among Iowans that only former Governor Branstad then could get us back on a strong fiscal path to fiscal sanity in Iowa. So he decided to run for governor again, and he selected now Governor Reynolds as his running mate, and Terry Branstad served until the Trump administration when he was appointed ambassador to China. And the second Branstad administration, continued by Governor Reynolds, has had Iowa on a strong fiscal path, not with any deficits, and reducing taxes, having balanced budgets, and having several billions of dollars in reserve funds. So now I would like to, with that background, talk about the honor that he's getting today. It's an honor for me today to congratulate my good friend Terry Branstad. On this very day, he will become the 26th recipient of what's called the Iowa Award, our home state's highest citizen award. Governor Branstad is the longest-serving governor in U.S. history, who also served Americans as U.S. ambassador to China during his first Trump administration. Like me, Terry grew up on a family farm. Throughout his lifetime of public service, Terry applied the bone-deep work ethic of an Iowa farmer with extra elbow grease, fiscal conservatism, and rock-solid tenacity. He is famous for his retail politicking and his political skill. I'm proud to say that Terry has been a supporter of mine in every one of my congressional campaigns dating back to 1974, and he joins an esteemed group of Iowans, examples like President Herbert Hoover to Norman Borlaug and Grant Wood, who've helped make our state the best place to call home. Barbara and I congratulate Governor Branstad on his well-deserved award and thank him for his friendship and decades of service.
Senator Grassley there speaking from the Senate floor about this award. We'll hear now from former Governor Terry Branstad about his feelings about receiving this award.
I want to thank you, the people of Iowa. You are a wonderful, caring, thoughtful, friendly group of people, and it's an honor to serve. Looking back, after all these years, I'm proud that we accomplished so much working with the Iowa legislature, which most of the time that I was governor was controlled by the other party. But we were able to get a lot done, and I'm really proud of the fact that we were able to find workable solutions that Iowans appreciated. We worked on many important things, including creating more good jobs through economic development, keeping Iowa's education system strong, and improving the tax climate so that business and industry would see Iowa as a place to grow.
Branstad was the 26th recipient of the Iowa Award, and Governor Reynolds also gave another special honor to former Governor Branstad along with the Iowa Award. We're going to show you this. This is a new sign that will be going up along 36 miles along Highway 9. Highway 9 was a major point during Branstad's early campaigns for seats in Iowa, and wanted to make sure that that got improved and was a big part of securing federal grants towards that. And so in honor of that work, 36 miles honoring Branstad's 36 years of public service will be dedicated along Highway 9. The midpoint of that stretch is in Leland, Iowa, where Branstad was born. Governor Reynolds said that those signs should be going up soon and that the goal is to get them up by Christmas. So that's just a little history there about the Iowa Award. Again, this is not a very often given out award, so it might be a couple years until we see another one like this. Thank you so much for joining us here on Ask 9. As always, if you have any questions you'd like us to look into, send us a message on Facebook, email us, or head to the Ask 9 page on our website where all of our previous shows live. You can send in a message through that website. Have a great evening.